In the glittering world of pop culture, few figures have shone as brightly as Michael Jackson. Crowned the king of pop, Jackson's influence on music and dance is unparalleled, his talent evident from a young age. Yet beneath the dazzling veneer of fame and fortune, a shadow loomed. In 2005, Michael Jackson faced one of the most shocking and polarizing trials in modern celebrity history: accusations of child molestation that threatened to topple his legacy. This is the story of how those events unfolded, the courtroom drama, and how the trial forever changed Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's journey to superstardom began as a child prodigy with the Jackson 5. His precocious talent and electrifying performances quickly made him the standout member of the group. As he transitioned into a solo artist, albums like Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad cemented his status as a global icon. Jackson's music, characterized by its innovative sounds and groundbreaking music videos, coupled with his signature dance moves like the moonwalk, made him a household name. However, alongside his meteoric rise, Jackson's eccentric behavior and increasingly reclusive lifestyle began to attract media scrutiny. His Neverland Ranch, a sprawling estate equipped with amusement park rides and a zoo, became a symbol of his desire to reclaim a lost childhood. This whimsical sanctuary, however, would also become the focal point of the allegations that would later emerge. In 1993, Michael Jackson faced his first major scandal when 13-year-old Jordan Chandler accused him of sexual abuse. The allegations rocked the world and tarnished Jackson's image. The case was settled out of court for an undisclosed sum, reported to be around $20 million. Jackson maintained his innocence, asserting that the settlement was not an admission of guilt, but a desire to avoid a protracted legal battle. This settlement, however, did little to silence his critics and left lingering doubts in the public's mind. For a decade, Jackson continued to perform and release music, but his behavior remained under scrutiny. His friendships with young boys, whom he invited to Neverland Ranch, raised eyebrows and fueled rumors. Despite the whispers, no further legal actions were taken until the turn of the millennium. In 2003, British journalist Martin Bashir released a documentary titled Living with Michael Jackson, which would prove to be the catalyst for the events that followed. In the documentary, Jackson was shown holding hands with a young boy named Gavin Arvizo and discussing his practice of sharing his bed with children. The public reaction was one of shock and outrage. The documentary painted a disturbing picture and reignited suspicions about Jackson's behavior. Shortly after the documentary aired, Gavin Arvizo, who had previously been a guest at Neverland Ranch, accused Jackson of molestation. The allegations claimed that Jackson had given him alcohol and sexually abused him during his stay. The charges were serious, and this time Jackson could not avoid the courtroom. On November 20th, 2003, Michael Jackson was formally charged with multiple counts of child molestation, abduction, false imprisonment, and extortion. The charges were based on the testimony of Gavin Arvizo and his family. Jackson vehemently denied all allegations, insisting that he was the target of a malicious extortion plot. The media circus that ensued was unprecedented. Jackson's arrest, complete with the infamous mugshot, was broadcast around the world. Fans and detractors alike followed every development, and the trial promised to be one of the most sensational legal battles of the decade. The trial, officially known as the People of the State of California v. Michael Joe Jackson, began on January 31, 2005. It took place in Santa Maria, California, and was presided over by Judge Rodney Melville. The prosecution, led by District Attorney Tom Sneddon, argued that Jackson had systematically groomed and molested Gavin Arvizo, using his wealth and fame to lure children into vulnerable situations. The defense, headed by attorney Thomas Mesereau, painted a different picture. They argued that the Arvizo family had a history of dishonesty and extortion, and that the allegations were motivated by financial gain. Mesereau pointed out inconsistencies in the testimonies of the Arvizo family and highlighted the lack of physical evidence supporting the claims of abuse. Several key moments during the trial swayed public opinion and highlighted the complexity of the case. Testimony of the accuser, Gavin Arvizo, took the stand and recounted his version of events, describing in detail the alleged abuse he suffered at Jackson's hands. His testimony was emotional and graphic, making a strong impact on the jury. Testimony of Jackson's former employees followed, with several former Neverland employees testifying about witnessing inappropriate behavior between Jackson and young boys. However, their credibility was questioned due to their past legal battles with Jackson over wrongful termination and other disputes. The defense's star witnesses included high-profile celebrities like Macaulay Culkin and Wade Robson, who testified that Jackson had never behaved inappropriately with them, despite having spent extensive time at Neverland Ranch. Michael Jackson's own statements were also a focal point. Though Jackson did not testify in person, his recorded interviews and statements were scrutinized. His eccentric behavior and controversial statements, especially about sharing his bed with children, were used by both the prosecution and defense to support their arguments. After a trial that lasted over 4 months, the jury deliberated for more than a week. On June 13, 2005, the verdict was announced. Michael Jackson was found not guilty on all charges. The courtroom erupted with emotion. Jackson's family and supporters celebrated, while others were left in disbelief. The acquittal was a moment of relief for Jackson, but the trial left an indelible mark on his life and career. Public opinion remained divided. While many fans stood by him, others could not shake the shadow of doubt. The media frenzy had taken a toll on Jackson's health and well-being. He became increasingly reclusive, retreating from public life and relocating to Bahrain for a period to escape the constant scrutiny. The financial cost of the trial and the damage to his reputation were significant. Jackson's career never fully recovered, and he struggled with debt and health issues in the years that followed. His attempt at a comeback with the This Is It tour was cut short by his sudden death in 2009, just weeks before the tour was set to begin. Michael Jackson's child molestation trial remains one of the most polarizing and discussed celebrity cases in history. It exposed the complexities of fame, the vulnerability of children, and the challenges in discerning truth in cases involving powerful public figures. Jackson's legacy is forever intertwined with the trial, adding a layer of controversy to his undeniable contributions to music and pop culture. In the end, Michael Jackson's story is a reminder of the fragile line between adulation and scandal, and how swiftly a life of unparalleled talent and success can be overshadowed by allegations and legal battles. The trial was a pivotal chapter in his life, shaping the final years of the King of Pop and leaving a lasting impact on those who followed the saga closely. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more content. Stay tuned for more updates and fascinating stories. Your support means a lot to us.